Dalton Trigg originally suggested this, and don't know if I could say yes to this fast enough, but I want to see what you guys think. All right. The Dallas Mavericks trade away Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh, no.
Shut up. It's going to get more sarcastic as we go along. Dwight Powell.
Oh, God.
And Josh Green.
Energy.
As well as either the player they select in the first round, because I know technically you can't trade that pick, but
right.
Or their 2025 first round pick. They bundle all of that up.
They trade 2 first round picks.
And Kevin, you can trade that pick once the draft is started.
Okay. So there you go. So one of those picks, so this year or 25, Green, Powell, and Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Sacramento Kings for Harrison Barnes and Richaun Holmes. We talked about Richaun Holmes, like 2 years ago?
A cocaine heartbeat. Yes. I mean, literally. If you look at it this way, I did read this article. It's a good article. And I know that, it's always fun. Like if somebody's like, that won't happen or that. Well, yeah, it probably won't. But these are fun to talk about.
I've got a pared down version of this too, if you prefer.
You made it to the conference finals and not one of those players helped you in the playoffs. I'm not saying that Dwight Powell didn't help you in the regular season. He did. He ate up 20 minutes approximately of center time in the regular season and was there for all 82 games. That is valuable. So I'm not going to put down Dwight Powell for what he did in regular season basketball. Tim Hardaway Jr., he had a really bad year. He's not that bad, but he did have a bad year, and then he got help. He really didn't help you much at all in this season. And then Josh Green is a developing player who hasn't developed maybe as fastly as you'd hope so, being the 18th overall pick. So you trade all those guys and 1 first-round pick to get guys that are going to give you 25 minutes a night in the playoffs, if not more.
Now, the pared-down version, and we can talk about both of these, the pared-down version is, what would you think about just the number 26 pick, Dwight Powell, and a 2024 second-round pick for Richaun Holmes?
Yes.
Okay. So these are like no-brainers.
Yeah, I've looked a lot at the 26th overall pick. I do like a lot of players there.
Yeah, I got a segment for you tomorrow I think you're going to dig.
So I've probably now studied about 7 to 8 players that can be there at 26. And not that I'm against that pick. I think if you keep that pick, you got to make it work. I mean, the guy doesn't have to come in and immediately give you 25 minutes and valuable points or rebounds or blocks, whatever it is. But that player has to be like Kevon Looney, like Jordan Poole in their second, third / fourth year. They have to be contributing players on your team. But this does give you an automatic upgrade by using that pick. So I would still be for it. Richaun Holmes is 3 times the player that Dwight Powell is. So he's a legitimate starting center in the NBA. And a great backup. And I think, he's a center. He is a starting guy for you. But even if for some reason something else falls into place, I don't think Richaun Holmes would be upset by playing 25 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
Like if Miles Turner in another trade also presented itself and you had Miles Turner and Richaun Holmes as now you've replaced, most likely in that trade, Maxi Kleber would go in like that trade too. But like you take Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber and you replace them next year with Miles Turner and Richaun Holmes. Oh, my God.
Man, that would be a very interesting combination to go along with what Luka can do. That changes the skill set of the team in such a dramatic way. Like when we talk about keeping Tim Hardaway Jr. around, that's another 3-point shooter. And if that's all you care about is your 3-point shot value, then you got to stick with this group that you have together. You still want guys that can nail those shots whenever Luka passes to them. You still have to have those guys on the team, but the expense is the value that you add back. And to have guys that can be around the basket, we haven't seen that Luka be able to play with that yet. We haven't seen those opportunities to really have athletic guys that can be around the basket that can do other things too.
Now, the question comes up from the 817. How about sending a package to get Christian Wood instead? My
it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, my concern is look, I'm here for it. If you get Christian Wood on this team, I'm here for it. But
Christian Wood is also an interesting thing because he ends up kind of being a little bit of a 5-out center, right? Like you looking for somebody who can do things defensively as a big. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yes. And so to go along with that, I still don't even know. Even with that potential deficiency, I still don't know if you have the ammunition to pull it off. And also, just as long as we're throwing out names, I'm not saying this name is in the mix whatsoever, but since we just saw them in the playoffs, is John Hollinger put out something that we had kind of discussed, that it is more likely than not that DeAndre Ayton is being moved in the offseason. So, I'm not saying by any stretch
I just heard Kevin say that the Mavs are getting DeAndre
Ayton. No, that is
and
not.
I heard Kevin say that you're getting it for a discount.
No,
I would say
hometown discount.
I would say this. I had this in Mike Likes It, and here's my opinion on DeAndre Ayton. There's no way in this world that they're sending DeAndre Ayton to the team that just eliminated them from the playoffs.
Yeah,
agree.
So I don't think John Hollinger, I respect his, insight and that he probably has good knowledge to put it out there that DeAndre Ayton is not going to be a Phoenix Sun next year. But I also think there's a 99.9% chance that Phoenix won't even listen to the Mavericks.